Hi everyone, this is Engineer Pat 5290 coming to you with another comparison series. Today we're going to be looking at the Sd60 series. A little background on the Sd60 series. The Sd60 model was released in the mid-1980s and was meant to update the unreliable and unsuccessful Sd50. While the Sd60 itself only sold a few hundred examples, several of its variants did quite well with more than 1,000 of them being built. The Sd60 was similar to the Sd50 on the outside, but offered an upgrade prime mover and other updated equipment on the interior. In many ways, the rebound of the Sd60 helped EMD not only remain competitive against GE, but it may have prevented the company from losing nearly its remaining market share altogether. And some variances of the 60 can still be seen today. Now we're going to be looking at the original Sd60. The unit began production in spring of 1984 and it was intended to replace the unreliable Sd50. The Sd60 featured GM's latest 16-cylinder 710G prime mover, replacing the one that was used on the Sd50. The new prime mover produced 3,800 horsepower, and the company marketed the locomotive as a heavy-haul drag service unit. To back this up, it also offers substantial continuous tractive effort of 98,250 pounds, starting at 100,000 pounds of continuous effort using GM's new 1087B traction motor. While a much more reliable and easier to maintain than the Sd50, the Sd60 saw marginal sales success, especially in comparison to that of similar GE was building at the time. Only 535 examples were built. Burlington Northern, CSX, Conrail, Chicago Northwestern, Kansas City Southern, Norfolk Southern, Soo Line, and Union Pacific all purchased the Sd60 standard cab. Norfolk Southern and CSX has retired most of their fleet, while Union Pacific and Kansas City Southern and Canadian Pacific retain some of their Sd60s. Now let's talk about the Sd60M. The Sd60M was the most successful variant of the Sd60 series. The M designated the model featuring the then new wide safety cab, as the photo illustrates, which later became a standard across the industry. 4 Class 1s purchased the 60M, Union Pacific buying the majority of them, Conrail, Soo Line, and Burlington Northern. 740 examples were purchased, and UP purchasing the most at 560 units. Now, the Sd60I was primarily built for Conrail. They purchased 81 of these units. The I designated for isolated cab, also known as a whisper cab, as it was meant to greatly reduce engine noise and vibrations for the crew by literally isolating the cab from the frame of the locomotive. It is also noted that EMD built 4 examples of an Sd60 Mac. The AC referred to the model having alternating current traction motors, as demonstrators for the new variant of the model. While tested on the Burlington Northern, none of them were built. The first AC model would ultimately be the Sd70 Mac. So as we listen to the facts that I have gathered today, the Sd60 series was a pretty good success by EMD, improving the unreliable Sd50 and basically improving it. As you can see, the wide cab came along in the 90s because that eventually became an FRA standard that all the locomotives were required to have a safety cab to protect the crew better, because not only is it wider, it is built better than the standard cab in some cases, and it also saves crews' lives. So the cab offers a lot of good protection for these crew members. So I hope you guys enjoyed the comparison of the Sd60 series. I'll have another comparison series out. I have not decided which one I'm going to do yet, but we're going to be having some fun with these series as they're making a return. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I thank you all for watching.